Hi, this is Vibing with Singi YouTube channel. I am Apostle Vivi Tlongwana, Senior Pastor of the Harvest Time Church. I invite you to like, to view, to subscribe, to share this educational, inspirational, motivational, entertaining YouTube channel that you like. And I tell you, you will not regret to share whatever you will hear here. God bless you. We love you so much. And today, I'm having a one-on-one conversation with my second-born princess. Many people just know me to be a servant of God, preaching, counseling people, and also joined with by my wife on the stage ministering. But today, we are having a one-on-one conversation. I'm having a one-on-one conversation with I have raised two princesses and two princes. My firstborn is a princess, my secondborn is a princess, my thirdborn is a prince, my fourthborn is a prince. But today, I want you to hear from the horse's mouth itself, because raising a girl child is very crucial and very important. And I know that the issue of a girl child today is very topical, and I believe that with the interview that I'm going to have with her, it's going to help you open up and learn and see and be entertained and be informed, be refreshed. So today I have my princess here, Princess Masingtai, as she calls herself, and I want her to greet you and introduce herself to you. Hi, Singi.
Hi, Ted. Hi, guys. My name is Masingita, or Masingaita, as my father has already said. And welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first official video and upload on my channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share. And yeah, I'm a princess, and a lot of people that have me, especially on my WhatsApp, know that I'm all about soft life. And every time I talk about soft life, I always say my soft life is literally sponsored by my parents and
Your blesser.
my blesser. My blesser over here. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about raising a girl child. Yeah.
And today, let us not shy away from telling them, where are we coming live from? Because this is very important, it's very inspirational.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So we are at an undisclosed location.
Private.
Private location on a family vacation. We're on family vacation somewhere out of our Limpopo province, but within the country.
Yes.
So the location will be disclosed once we have left this location,
Yes.
together with more content that is gonna come about the things that we got up to when we were here.
But I want you to, I know that you're my second born daughter, but me as a pastor, I sit a very long time with people from across the different age groupings. And whenever in particular I sit with the young people, particularly the girl child, as I counsel them, I realize that many people, they are either disappointed, hurt, or distressed by growing up in the family with so many things that are happening there. But I want you to share your own experience of growing up, having a bond, having a relationship with your father. How is it like that to you?
Well, I'd say that, how do I actually put it? It's like having your own support system. I should say that. that when things come, you're not scared to share with your parents, as much as you feel like maybe you might disappoint them. There is a platform or a comfortable environment that has been created for you to be real about certain things. I remember, even as close as my dad and I are, I remember in first year, when I was in first year and I had my first supplementary, it was really scary to tell, because as children, we're often very scared to disappoint parents. Now you're calculating a lot of things to say. They'll feel like maybe you didn't study enough and all those things. But having an environment or platform created where you can actually share, even though you don't know how they're gonna act, and share, and to say, you know what, I'm actually having a supplementary, and having people support you through that, I think is the most important thing. People are not comfortable enough with having conversations with parents about the realities of life. Parents can have their own expectations about children, but children are scared to actually say, you know what, I'm actually not doing that great in that module, and I don't know if I'm going to qualify to write exam, among other things. And I believe that is the most important thing.
But more so, growing up being an apostle's daughter, a person who is in charge of the church, 10 churches, many pastors under him, elders, people, parents, young and old. How have you felt? Has it limited you in your social life, or what contribution has that made to you, or what motivation has that made to you, that you can share with the public out there?
Well, in the beginning, it was a lot of pressure. I mean, it is a lot of pressure. Having so many eyes on you, having so many people expecting so much from you, apart from your own parents expecting a lot from you. You also have the congregation and the community expecting so much from you, and to some extent, I guess we can say it does limit the way you view life, because you tend to live life thinking, there's so many people that are looking up to me, and there are a lot of people that you don't want to disappoint. But you do get to a point where you realize that as much as there are people that are looking up to you, you also have a responsibility to yourselves to live a life that is fulfilling to you. And I'd say having my parents or having parents that are in the ministry has motivated me, because I've seen the humble beginnings from where we started to where we are now. Things were not necessarily a smooth sail, to show that everything comes with hard work. You don't just wake up one day and everything is all together. So I've seen the hard work, dedication, and devotion that my parents have to the ministry, as well as still trying to maintain a balance in the family dynamics, which doesn't come easy, but it requires, like I'm saying, a lot of time, effort, and intention into it. So it has also influenced me or motivated me to be, I believe I want to be a family oriented person because of that. And the things that we get up to as a family, or the things that we do once a year when we all get together, are things that I also want to carry it to my family when I have a family. And I hope that my children will also create it to their children and their children's children.
Oh, I think these are the things that you have learned from your dad and your family.
Yes.
So that also makes me bring you to you this question. What values and morals have you learned from your dad, particularly as you're growing up? Because there are some things that you start to learn. Oh, I think if I grow up and I have a family, I would want to have this or carry this and continue doing this. What are the values and the morals that you have learned in the process of relating with your dad?
The morals and values that I've learned is to be a present parent, to want to have a relationship with my child, it goes more beyond just paying bills for a child, but actually interacting with my children to find out what is going on in their lives, how are things going, also sharing my plans for them. I think it's also important to know that what you think of children and their future, and they also get to share their plans. So because as much as a parent you may have plans for your children, but it may not necessarily be what they envision for themselves. To hear what both parties see or feel about their plans, also having vacations where we also get to sit down and have the most intimate time, because a lot of things that can happen in individual lives throughout the year, but making sure that there is a special time where everybody gets to sit, be together, celebrate each other's wins, and all those things, and also the importance of having a prayerful life. I would say the importance of having a spiritual life, and that God is always by your side.
You are still studying now, but you are working. But I want you to use this platform. Remember, this is your YouTube channel. What can you say to your peers out there? Any word of encouragement, of advice that you can share with them on this platform?
Deciding to be a career person is not the easiest thing, I must say. I did law, so I know that that field, it's a field that, among other things like being a doctor and all these things, is things that people look up upon. But, we don't really talk much in depth on the process. Like, it's a very long process to get to becoming an admitted attorney or a newly admitted attorney. And I'd say that do more research. If you want to take a certain career, it may be nice when you say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an actual scientist, I want to be this, I want to be a chartered accountant. Take the time to research on the process or what it takes to be that. Also take the time to speak to people that are already there, so that they can give you the practical experience of what you're going to need, what you're going to require, because it doesn't necessarily start when you apply. It starts with the subjects that you choose in high school, and it also starts with the marks and the grades, so that you know that, okay, for this kind of career that I want to take, how many marks do I need to get in mathematics for me to actually get there. And actually speak to the people to find out if their day-to-day work, is it something that you'd actually enjoy doing after you've actually studied for that thing, so that you don't set all your eggs in one basket thinking, yes, you are actually gonna like being a chartered accountant, only to find that the things that they do from day to day are things that don't necessarily agree with you as a person. So I'd say research.
And many girls today are either hurt or disappointed by the presence or the absence of a father figure in their lives. How can a girl child or be able to build a healthy relationship, whether it is the dad or the girl child who starts this relationship, a very good relationship that can make the girl child face the world?
Well,
where can they start? Who must start?
I believe the parents must start. Sometimes
Yes.
it can be the children, but
They
sometimes
must build a bridge.
everybody must come together, because
Yes.
maybe as a girl child you grew up feeling like you were the one who was always extending an olive branch, and the olive branch wasn't extended back, so you get to a point where you decide to be withdrawn and decide that maybe you're never gonna have that relationship. But what I'd say is, the moment you see your father or your parents making that effort, instead of saying things like, where were you all this time, just extend it back, just extend it back. back, or if you feel like they're not making the effort, just make the effort. And if it's extended back, and that's how a relationship starts.
And what role has your dad played in your life? How supportive is he to you? You sometimes call me a blesser, and you call me your blesser, and so is your sister. You say I'm your blesser.
Yes.
Yes.
My dad has been the biggest cheerleader. He's the most optimistic person I know. Yeah. And sometimes I remember sometimes when he becomes very optimistic, I say his optimism is not practical. Yeah, it's not real. It's too imaginary. But yeah, I guess it's very good to have a person who believes in you so much, to an extent that they want everything in the world for you, even though you're like, but that one is a bit extreme. But even if you don't see it for yourself, it's great having parents that see it for you and wish that for you, and wish to see you grow to such an extent in your life, personally, in your career, and all these things. And yes, my father is my blesser, because like I said, he sponsors my lifestyle. I remember at church, we're having a Thanksgiving service, and someone said, yeah, you've gained weight. It must be nice working and having your own money and affording yourself. And I'm like, I can't afford myself. My father affords me for me. So yeah. So that's what I can say.
Yeah, no. Now, many young people also in the church and in the community, they look up to you and your siblings, because most of the time children of pastors have so many challenges. But I often hear some people in the church, they still comment and said, your children, they are the role models of many. We wish that our children can be more like them. What message, what brought you to that kind of behavior and character that other people can even look up to and feel that you're a motivation to others?
I believe that has to do with every individual person. I often don't like the term being a role model to others, because I feel like everyone has a responsibility to live their own lives, and let's not pressurize people so that they feel like they need to be perfect. Let people live a life and make mistakes and choose a path that they can feel fulfilled at the end of the day. We want people living a life that is fulfilling to themselves. Everybody owes that to themselves, to make sure that they themselves first are happy before they try and make other people happy. And what I can say has contributed to my lifestyle choices is, I think it's a personal decision. We do have a lot of people that maybe grew up in the same environment that I grew up in, but they chose a different path for themselves. So that has to do with the person and their character, to say, you know what, I actually like the level of discipline that I grew up in, and it's something that I want to take and run with, and it's something that I feel like I'm going to apply in my life and make sure that I apply also in the family that I'm going to have. Yeah.
And what is your wish to your siblings, your parents, your peers out there? What is your wish for them?
My wish for my siblings is to see my siblings succeed in their careers and everything that they set to go and achieve. I always pray that they always have the strength to make it to where they want to make it, just seeing them get to where they aspire to get, and be happy that that is what I wish for. And for my parents, for them to also see the hard labors and the fruits or the seeds that they've planted in their children come to fruition, I believe is a dream of every parent, to see their child succeed. So they've made a whole lot of investment. For my blesser to also get to a point where he sees that it's also my turn to be blessed now. I've been blessing others. So and for my peers to say, it's not an easy thing. Choosing a career or studying or literally going after anything that you want is not an easy thing. There are days where you're gonna feel discouraged and demotivated, but if you need to take a breather and actually go back.
I want you to direct your words now to this one girl child who feels hurt and disappointed by her dad. What word can you say, word of encouragement can you say to such a girl?
I'd say that sometimes we hurt ourselves by having a lot of expectations on other people, and especially people that don't even actually know that you set the expectations so high, because we end up being disappointed because we feel like, they could have done better, they could have communicated better, but they didn't know that you actually wanted communication. To some extent, the dads are trying their best, or they believe they are doing their best, because that's not even what they had. Some of them didn't have present fathers, and some just don't know how to be present fathers. So I believe the first step is to forgive yourself and let go of those high expectations, or whatever expectations that you heard that led you to get to that point, and just allow things to flow, and maybe accept also the position you have in certain people's lives, because relationships are not going to be the same.
I heard you touching on something that appetizes me. You said, I'm your blesser, and you want me one day to be blessed by you.
Yes,
That's your commitment
it is.
on your YouTube channel. These people are watching you. You said, today I'm your blesser,
Yes,
and tomorrow you want to be my blesser,
I do.
and you'll afford me
I hope I do. Yeah.
because I afford you now,
Yes.
and you'll afford to bless me tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm a blessed father. What can we say to your YouTube subscribers?
Like, share,
Like, share, subscribe,
yeah, and stay tuned for more.
and stay tuned for more. Is still
Yes,
coming.
More is still coming.
God bless you. We love you so much.